up, David, I wonder if, in this instance, you think there would be questions about witness tampering, questions about cooking the books. There's news reporting that he's been meeting with Alan Weisselberg regularly, up to, I think, last Sunday, based on the Washington Post reporting.
Yes, and apparently they've been given advice that they're not to meet together without a third person as a witness. Donald doesn't follow rules, and he never has. He's not ever going to change about that. I suspect one of the things you're about to see happen, Nicole, is the biggest, massive pretrial effort to avoid bringing this case to trial, to tie it up, because the tactic Donald used to beat 4 grand juries in his 30s, and he's used on a number of other times, is to run out the clock, to try and extend something until either the law no longer applies or alternatively, prosecutors, for whatever reason, lose interest in the case. People get promoted to judgeship or something else, and a new person steps in. You're going to see a tremendous amount of effort to keep this case from moving forward. And the prosecutors are going to keep putting pressure on Alan Weisselberg because since Donald doesn't use email, doesn't leave a paper trail, getting him to flip makes their case a lot easier. Doesn't mean they can't make a case without him against Donald Trump, but it would make it an enormously easier thing to do.
And count 15 is
Dan, go ahead.
Oh, just echoing the point. Count 15 is about I was just saying count 15 is exactly what you and David are discussing. It's an allegation of obstructing the investigation by falsifying or deleting business records in September 2016. An interesting time to do something like that. And that's an allegation against, yes, Mr. Weisselberg, but also the Trump Organization, Nicole.
So Dan, to this point of patterns, what would I know you have some surprise about what you saw today, some surprise that the company was charged first. What would your sort of theory of the case be about who the unindicted co-conspirator is, what some of the specifics in this indictment mean for the other people that we know have been before this grand jury?
Well, I hate to speculate about the unindicted co-conspirator. It could be the comptroller because it's an agent who underreported the taxes. There were also other employees who received a lesser amount of these off-the-books benefits. They may get charged based on this indictment. But I do want to just, if I could, take a minute to kind of give the viewers sort of the inside baseball view of how these things often work. First of all, there's no question that the DA's office approached the Trump Organization and said, this is what we're going to charge you with. You can either make a pitch to have us not charge you, or we can engage in settlement negotiations. And this type of case, as Alan Futerfas, the Trump Organization lawyer, said, is often settled civilly. If the Trump Organization wanted to, my guess is they could have engaged in good faith negotiations to try to settle this case with a fine and perhaps avoid a guilty plea or a conviction. They chose to fight this. That says something. It's typical of Donald Trump. But I am a little surprised that this ultimately ended based on these allegations in a criminal charge rather than a settlement. Second of all, they've already taken a run at Alan Weisselberg. They have also approached Alan Weisselberg, I'm certain, and said, this is what we have. We would like you to cooperate. Alan Weisselberg said, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to cooperate. I'll take my chances. He's not facing that much jail time. And I don't think that there's any more pressure to add on to him based on the fact that he was in handcuffs today. He knew that was coming. He made that conscious decision to get arrested and get indicted rather than cooperate. And so I don't think we have any good reason to suspect that he is going to cooperate down the road. So I don't see why that there would be additional charges against the Trump Organization unless new evidence comes in. My guess is that they've evaluated this evidence. I don't really see any statute of limitations issues in this indictment that would have required them to do this now as opposed to later, which could be a reason why they are going to bifurcate any charges. So it's a little confusing to me. If they have more, why they would charge this. And for that reason, common sense leads me to believe that they're not going to have any more.